We are back with K-Pop Demon Hunters. Oh yeah. We did a video on Golden, then Soda Pop, then Your Idol. Then I watched the film, then we did a video on Golden live, and now we are doing a video on Free. As I just mentioned, I have watched the film. That was, however, about 4 or 5 months ago, and that is the only time I've heard this song, Free, in the film when I watched it just the once a while back. So hopefully this will almost be like watching it for the first time again. Let's dive straight on in. The best characters, the big cat and the bird.
I try to hide, but something broke. I try to sing, couldn't hit the notes. The words kept catching in my throat. I try to smile, I was suffocating though. But here with you, I can finally breathe. You say you're no good, but you're good for me. I've been hoping to change, now I know we can change. But I won't if you're not by my side. Why does it feel right every time I let you in? Why does it feel like I can tell you anything?
Oh yeah, I think I remember how the chorus goes. And I remember the bass line that we just heard there.
Every time I let you in, why does it feel like
Bum, bum, bum. Which is just the chords rising. And then her melody, which is going. And above this chord, each of her two notes are causing dissonance. You know, they're dissonant notes in the chord, and it just gives it this extra touch of is now a new word by my definition. We'll carry on with the chorus in just a moment. I did mention something in my reaction to the film. Yes, I did do a full film reaction, which you can watch over on Patreon, completely free. The link is in the pinned comment below. A lot of people came over there and watched it with me. So if you haven't seen the film in a while and you want to watch it again, head on over to the pinned comment. And when I did that, I was also aware of the song by name at the time, so I was kind of looking out for this song. So that must be Free. I received some comments suggesting that one for a reaction. Not the most, not as popular as some of the other ones. And this song is quite different to some of the others for reasons I'm sure we'll go on to discuss in this video. Anyway, in the film reaction, I did mention immediately that this sounds like a really mature singing voice. I'd never seen EJ, the singer, in real life. Before that, I've obviously since done the Golden live performance, but I've also done a video on EJ's debut single, In Another World. And seeing a singer in person, in real life, really helps visualize the singing in a weird way, even though this is an animated film. Remembering that it's a real person, a human, rather than a fictional being in this kind of magical world that we're seeing on our screens. I use the word magical because this song especially, even though, there's not loads of action or crazy visuals like we got in Soda Pop or Your Idol or any of them, even Golden, and that's because the song is a bit calmer, and right from the beginning, the whole soundscape, and by soundscape I mean absolutely everything, which instruments are used, how many, how slow or quick the music is, how much reverb there is, how many various different effects are applied to the sounds, everything, and the soundscape is just so dreamlike. Really quite surreal, not from this planet, that's what's going on in my head. The reason, of course, has to be the song's subject matter. These two, Rumi and Jinu, mortal enemies up until this point, are now realizing that maybe they're not so different from each other. They're feeling comfortable around each other, which kind of goes against everything we've seen in the film up until this point. So it makes sense that the music is different too. We'll carry on with the song in just a moment, and I will come back to the introduction after we've heard more of the song. But the introduction that I just played to you is just 4 chords that we hear. Those chords obviously played much slower, so we're hearing them.
The notes, the words kept catching in my throat. I try to smile, I was suffocating.
And it sounds like she's just started a new verse here. I tried to smile, I was suffocating. But in that 4-chord cycle given to us by the introduction, we're only halfway through. So suddenly the music underneath is almost offset with her lyrics, with her singing. Then when the chord cycle underneath her singing finishes.
Now I know we can change, but I won't if you're not by my side. Why does it feel?
they do eventually catch up, but that just kind of adds to the mystical element of the music, I feel. I'll touch on the introduction and those chords later on because there's more to say on them, but for now, let's carry on with the song.
Why does it feel right every time I let you in? Why does it feel like I can tell you anything?
Lovely guitar.
All the secrets that keep me in chains and all the damage that might make me dangerous. You got a dark side, guess you're not the only one. What if we both try fighting what we're running from? We can't fix it if we never face it. What if we find a way to escape it? We could be free, free. We can't fix it if we never face it. Let the past be the past till it's weightless.
Oh, time goes by and I lose perspective. Yeah, hope only hurts, so I just forget it. But you're breaking through all the dark in me when I thought that nobody could. And you're waking up all these parts of me that I thought were buried for good. Between imposter and this monster, I've been lost inside my head. Ain't no choice when all these voices keep me pointing towards no end. It's just easy when I'm with you. No one sees me the way you do. I don't trust it, but I want to. I keep coming back to why does it feel right every time I let you in?
Okay, I'll do another quick pause now for copyright reasons. We all know how annoying copyright can be. And when we carry on with the song, I'll rewind a little bit so we get a smooth entry into this chorus with them both singing. I'll tell you what, having not seen this film in nearly half a year, it almost is like listening to this song for the first time again. I can remember the chorus and other little bits, but I don't really remember Jinu's section that much. It's much more catchy than I remember.
But you're breaking through all the dark in me when I thought that nobody could. And
for obvious reasons, the music's kind of out there. It's all about him, the rhythms with which he's doing it. We're leaning a little bit more towards rap, except it is at a pitch, you know, a repeated note. And I always say that when you have a repeated note in music, if done well, it's going to be catchy because it's easy for us as the listener, as the viewer to remember and sing along.
oh, time goes by and I lose perspective. Yeah, hope only hurts.
And here, again, a lot of repetition. It's the same melody repeated for each line for him, and the rest of the music is really removed, so we're focusing on it much more. And just before he comes in,
We could be
super catchy chorus. Again, it's a repeated melody, but only the last note is changed the second time round. So it still gives us this idea of repetition and familiarity, but also it's not exactly the same, so it's not like boring. EJ, the more I listen to her, the more I realize how she loves to choose which voice type she's singing with. So whether it's her chest voice lower down or head voice higher up or a blended voice kind of in the middle. I did touch on this in my golden live reaction, so maybe I'll put a clip of that in here because I use some graphics to illustrate my point. Typically, you know, very generally speaking, you'd expect high head voice, middle blended voice if a singer is able to use a blended voice, not everyone is, and then lower down chest voice. She's going chest voice to head voice, but then in the chorus later on is when the blended voice comes up above the head voice. And in Free, while it's not exactly the same thing, it's the same idea. So she'll be using her head voice lower down, then a blended voice, that kind of thing. Let's just have a listen again and see if you can pick them out.
way to escape it. We could be free.
Just like there, you know, an airy head voice higher up, and then the lower note at the end of Free is a chesty sound. I love the instrumentation we're hearing in the background of this song. There are just so many layers.
The only one. What if we both try fighting what we're running from?
We've got quite a trap style percussion, and that's coupled with a very rhythmic bass line, and the bass line is very dum dum, you know, this type of sound.
We can't fix it if we never face it. What if we find a way?
With the bass pedal really complementing it. So many different sounds. I'm not going to touch on all of them because we'd be here all day. I said I would go back to the introduction, so let's do that. Having heard more of the song now, it becomes apparent how important this introduction actually is, even though it seems like not much at all. I said before that we get these chords. Very slow with all sorts of effects applied to them. Very dreamlike. Quite a different sound to what we hear later on.
Between imposter and this monster, I've been lost inside my head. Ain't no choice when all these voices keep.
And very different to the chorus as well. Well, the introduction, like I said before, is 4 chords. Just 4 chords, and these are the only chords that we've heard so far. In all of my other K-pop Demon Hunter reaction videos that I've done so far, I always point out that in those songs we hear just 3 or 4 chords. It seems to be a consistent theme throughout the music in the film, definitely by design. They don't overcomplicate things, and I think it helps to make the songs very, very catchy. Why? Well, just like when we have repeated notes and stuff, if you just have a few chords repeated over and over, we become familiar with them very, very quickly, and our brains kind of form the musical path that they're going to take, and we can sing along. The other thing about these chords as well, so they're basically doing this. If I play those chords as close together as possible, then we'd get this, and notice how close all of the notes stay to each other. I barely need to move my hand. So these particular chords as well, by design, really barely need to move at all. And I think that kind of just makes the song feel a bit more calm and everything a bit closer. Who knows, maybe even the relationship between these two growing closer? I don't know. Okay, we'll carry on leading up to the chorus. Just at this moment though,
I don't trust it, but I want to. I keep coming back
you can hear her voice there, very subtly singing in unison with him. And then
to why does it feel right every time I let you in? Why does it feel like
now they're singing in harmony. It's somewhat subtle because Rumi is quieter than Jinu, but it's also very obvious because what's happening at this moment, they've been separate, apart, opposite, now they're together, and we get that in the music. Rumi starts the song, then Jinu comes in, then they come in subtly in unison, and now they've moved into harmony. And as we know, harmony sounds nice. Okay, let's carry on until the end. If you enjoy these videos, please consider supporting me. You can buy me a coffee or hot chocolate, join our Patreon for loads of additional content that's not available on YouTube, or become a YouTube member for these groovy emojis and membership badges. All options are linked below, and a special thanks to everyone on the screen. Back to the video.
but I want to. I keep coming back to why does it feel right every time I let you in? Why does it feel like I can tell you anything? We can't fix it if we never face it. What if we find a way to escape it? We could be free. We can't fix it if we never.
Oh, I don't know how, please go easy on me with this, but I had absolutely forgotten that this was part of this song. And this was one of my favorite parts in terms of the visuals. And I was thinking, yeah, it's like a dream.
We can't fix it if we never face it. Let the past be the past till it's weightless. Oh, so take my hand, it's face it. Let the past be the past till it's weightless.
Yeah, it's a nice song, isn't it? So different to some of the others. Definitely one of the more emotional, engaging songs of the film. A few things just from that last minute or so. One thing was the weightlessness aspect. They mentioned it, well, at the end, it's the last word of the song.
Till it's weightless.
And we realised back to reality, you know, on the floor. But the first time we heard it,
let the past be the past till it's weightless.
obviously, you know, they're floating up now. They are weightless. It's really obvious lyric painting or word painting. Same with here, Take My Hand. We're seeing it. They can do it because it's a film, animated. And I remember watching the film thinking, oh, powerful, powerful chest voice here. And that's one of the things Golden is maybe most famous for, just EJ's ability to sing so high, belting, or as a blended voice, i.e. not having to use her head voice. How the song is written at this moment as well. The melody is as simple as it can be, and EJ is choosing to sing without any vibrato, no wobbles, just pure straight tone. And then Jinu, who's the singer? Is it Andrew Choi? Yeah, I really like how he does free up there as well. Again, not in pure falsetto. It's not a sound like, you know, almost like a pure choir sound. No, it's not. It's a little bit more back, a little bit more nasal, a bit more fitting with this style of music. And then, of course, they decide to end in unison.
The past be the past till it's weightless.
So we've had Rumi, then Jinnu, then unison, then harmony, then a bit of everything, finishing again in unison as they return back to reality, the darkness of reality. Well, I'll tell you what, that was actually much more refreshing than I thought it would be. And I remembered less than I thought I would. I do confess, I concede to that. So yeah, nice little reintroduction to K-Pop Demon Hunters. Who knows, maybe I'll need to watch the film again sometime soon. If you want to watch the film again, like I said, do that with me. The link is in the pinned comment, completely free, over on Patreon. And whether or not you do that, thank you very, very much for watching. Would appreciate a like on this video. If you want to see more K-Pop Demon Hunters on the channel, let me know by liking the video, commenting down below. Today's emoji will be any sort of big cat or bird, because of the cat and the bird that we saw in this film, the best characters. So hope to see many of them down there, and hope to see many of you in my upcoming videos. Thank you once again, and I'll see you in the next one.